Hey there everybody, it's Nasty P here again, and well, it's time for another video. And this time I'm coming at you live from the finale of INN's Survivor All-Stars over on Tengaged. 23 days ago, 18 returning players for this game became All-Stars, the first batch of All-Stars this group has had. And they were invited back by myself and Bob to compete for the title of Sole Survivor once again. Among this cast, we had 3 returning winners, 2 returning runner-ups, 6 returning third-time players, 3 heroes of the season, 4 villains of the season, and 1 player of the season. The 18 castaways were pre-drafted by myself and Bob onto 2 separate teams known as Team Bob, wearing purple buffs, and Team Nasty, wearing yellow buffs. On Team Bob, we started out with Devin, Brandon, Harry B, Hoofus, Jim, Colby, Luis, Nick, and Sam, while Team Nasty, wearing yellow buffs, consisted of Cole, Jacob G, Jacob K, Josh, Kyle, Pika, Rennie, Tiffany, and Tim. The 18 castaways were surprised with the fact they would have a small island known as Advantage Island, where on a grid from 1 to 25, 2 separate advantages were hidden for them to find. At the end of each pre-merge challenge, I should say, 1 member of the losing tribe would be voted to go to Advantage Island by the winning tribe. That person then had the option of selecting someone from either their own tribe or the opposite tribe to join them. Another twist that was introduced was the fact that there is a duo twist this time around, meaning the only way that these players could earn a hidden immunity idol was by them and their duo partner both making it to the merge without being voted off. The problem with that, their duo member was on the other tribe, so they really had no control over it unless they were swapped to the same tribe. In the very early stages of the game, it was apparent that Team Bob was the better physical tribe, as they won 3 of the first 4 immunity challenges, leading to the eliminations of returning winner Tiffany, her longtime ally Rennie, and Jacob K, the player of the season from Survivor India Fans vs. Failures. While Team Bob only lost the 2nd immunity challenge of the season and had to eliminate the inactive Sam, who never bothered to show up for the group. May they rest in peace. Moving forward, the tribes were swapped on day 7, and the tribe lines were reshuffled, being renamed Otok and Fuerza. The Otok tribe, which was originally Team Bob, still wearing purple buffs, consisted of Harry B, Colby, Jacob G, Kyle, Brandon, Devin, and Nick, while Team Fuerza, formerly known as Team Nasty, consisted of Hoofus, Luis, Tim, Josh, Jim, Cole, and Pika. Following that, the 2 tribes were pretty even physically, as they managed to split each challenge back to back to back to back, each losing 2 members. Otok lost Nick and Kyle, while Fuerza lost Jim and Luis. Luis became the first member of the jury. Before the merge hit, both advantages were found during the course of the game. Colby managed to find the extra vote advantage on day 7, while Pika actually managed to find the immunity thief advantage, which would allow him to steal the individual immunity necklace from any one of the castaways before the final 6. But the catch was he couldn't keep it for himself. He had to give it to another member of the tribe. Deciding to reaffirm his friendship with Tim, Pika gave this advantage to Tim in hopes of him keeping him around longer, which it worked because both of them ended up reaching the merge. The remaining 10 castaways managed to merge on day 13, wearing magenta buffs. The remaining 10 castaways competed in the flag-making challenge, which was won by Cole, and he named the tribe Leandus. At the final 10, Colby decided to give his extra vote advantage to Josh to try and lull him into a false sense of security that he wasn't getting voted out that night. However, this proved to be Colby's downfall, as Josh saw right through his lie and had him voted out because the original Fuerza members, the 5 that made it to the merge, stuck together and picked Colby off because he was the opposing Otok tribe leader. Following that, Jacob G was blindsided with an idol in his pocket because the Other members of Fuerza realized his double dealings because he was working two different alliances at the time, one with the OTOC members and one with them. So they decided to take him out and cut him off before he even got a chance to flip. Following that, Devin was also blindsided with an idol in his pocket when Cole heard rumors that he was going to be the next person voted out because he wasn't immune. Fearing for his safety, Cole played his idol and convinced his other three allies to vote against Devin, thereby sending him home in a 4-3-1-0 vote, becoming the fourth member of the jury. At the same tribal council, Josh played his idol in reaction to Cole playing his idol because he thought Cole was actually flipping the vote onto himself. That was a bold-faced lie, and he took out his secret ally Devin, who was his duo from the beginning of the game. Following that, Brandon finally decided to make an appearance in the group and started talking strategy with the others at the final 7. However, this raised a lot of red flags, as because with Brandon back in the game, that not only meant that he was trying and he was going to be a threat to be reckoned with, because he was going to try better in the challenges. Therefore, at that vote-off, Hoofus was the original intended target of the group, but he heard rumors through the grapevine that he was going to be the one that was going to go, and he played his individual immunity idol, thereby making a 2-2 tie vote between Pika and Brandon. Seeing as how Brandon had only started playing at the final 7, while Pika had been playing since day 1, the group decided to vote out Brandon for, doing that. Following that left only one former winner in the group, as the final 6 competed in the Memory Lane Challenge, which led to Pika winning his first individual immunity challenge of the series. Following that, Tim was voted out in a 4-3 vote, despite Josh using the extra vote advantage to give him and Tim an extra vote to work with. Sadly for them, the others didn't want a repeat winner in the series, and they decided to eliminate Tim as the last standing winner. Following that, the remaining final 5 last night competed in a jigsaw puzzle challenge where they were given numerous attempts to give us their fastest time ever, and Cole ended up winning his 3rd individual immunity challenge of the season, thereby securing himself a spot at the finale. Realizing that Cole was immune, the others decided to vote out his ally Hoofus, who was his secret duo partner from the beginning of the game. Since they couldn't take out Cole, take out his closest ally. Hoofus was sent home in a 4-1 vote, where he also voted for himself because he forgot about the voting deadline. And now that brings us to tonight. 4 All-Stars remain standing and in line for the title of Sole Survivor. We are guaranteed to have a first-time winner amongst this group. Who are these 4 people, you might ask? Let's get started. Cole, a holdover from the original Fuerza tribe, he stayed on Fuerza during the swap and managed to make strong bonds with the original Fuerza members that stuck behind with him, notably Tim, Pika, and Josh. The 4 of them managed to cruise in majority for most of the merge as they picked off the post-swap OTOC members, and they took out Jacob G when he was becoming a bit of a headache. However, Cole became distrustful of the group when he realized that Tim was gunning for him because he was his strongest competition left. Cole managed to flip the script on Tim and get him voted out instead, leaving Cole as the lone physical threat remaining in the game. Can he keep winning immunity challenges to reach the end? Only time is going to tell. Following that, we have Harry B, this season's big underdog. Harry B was on the OTOC tribe to begin the season, and he stayed on OTOC during the swap. However, once he was in majority for all of those votes because he was controlling who went home that time. However, once the merge hit, Harry B found himself ending in minority because the OTOC tribe was not as united as the Fuerza tribe. So they managed to pick off the OTOC members one by one, and the Harry B could do nothing but watch all of his allies float on down the river into the jury. However, Harry B has managed to sell himself as an extra vote, and managed to avoid elimination so that way the bigger threats could turn on each other and take themselves out instead of him. Can his luck hold out till the final tribal council? We're going to find out. Moving on, we have this season's villain, Josh. Josh was an original Fuerza member who also stayed on Fuerza during the swap. Josh was always in majority, despite being an early target by Jacob K and by proxy Tiffany and Rennie because he was Tim's closest ally. However, they wanted Tim gone for being a former winner, not Josh. Josh, however, stuck close to his ally Tim and managed to make it all the way this deep in the game one more time, while at the swap being reunited with fellow Team Chaos member Hoofus from Vanuatu. That duo, along with his duoship with Tim, managed to unite the Fuerza members, and they stuck together until about the final 6, when Tim was voted out because he was a former winner and they didn't want another Sandra Diaz Twain. However, Josh then decided to flip the script and vote out his longtime ally Hoofus because he was being shady and was still upset about the fact that Hoofus didn't tell him about his idol and told Cole that Josh was trying to vote him out. Therefore, Josh has really gone down as this series' biggest villain so far. Will his unlikability be enough to guarantee him a spot at the final tribal council? Only time will tell. Moving on to the last person, we have the undeniable heroship of Pika. Pika has been a long-standing figure of this group game, playing for his 3rd time, and he was an original Fuerza member and stuck with Fuerza after the swap. Pika has been known to give his best in challenges, even though he never quite ends up winning them. However, he managed to flip that script this time by winning his first ever individual immunity challenge in the Memory Lane Challenge at the final 6. Despite being worried about his safety pre-merge, Pika has managed to work his way into majority with the Fuerza members, sticking close to them and not trying to betray his allies unless it was deemed absolutely necessary. By not upsetting people, Pika has set himself in a very good position to make it to the end and maybe gather jury votes. Will that strategy work out, and will he be voted out for it? Who knows? We're going to find out tonight. Join us tonight as these 4 castaways compete in the final 2 challenges of the season and decide who's going to go to the final tribal council. Good luck, guys. I wish you all the best. Let's get into the challenge. Once again, this is the Nasty One, signing off.